taken advantage by God. So let's go to Australia. By the way, this picture over here, Ellen White said that this is the closest resemblance of Jesus Christ. And what is this picture all about? It goes back to the empire, the Roman Empire, Tiberius, Caesar. This painting actually it is engraving, I think, on a pendant, I think. So let's go to Australia. Why is Australia very important? Because according to the vision, we must go to Europe, and then from Europe they expanded to Australia. S.N. Haskell asked Ellen White to go to Australia. There are many rumors that Ellen White went to Australia. Maybe half the truth, but I would say yes. During that time, Ellen White leadership was not comfortable with the prophets around. And so when the Jar Conference decided to send Ellen White, both in good intentions and some are also taking advantage so that the prophets would be silenced. But at the same time, he really was concerned of Australia. So he talks to Ellen White and said, you must give character to our work in Australia. And during that time when Ellen White arrived in Australia, there were only 300 Adventist members. So which means that it was really a beginning work. But when Ellen White was sent to Australia, at age what? At age 64, she complained, Pastor, that she is already complaining with some pains, that she doesn't want to go. And besides, she is writing the life of Jesus Christ. But anyhow, she said, what do you mean? Have you not come to Australia because you felt that it was your duty to go where the conference judged it best for you to go? Because she was asking from God visions or any indication that the Lord really wants her to, but the Lord was silent. The Lord wants her to decide for herself whether she would go there, surrender, or submit to the Jar Conference. And so, of course, as her practice, she submitted, but not full-heartedly, with hesitations, but is fully surrendered and obedient. Was it fruitful? Yes, it was fruitful, because when she was sent there, she could not fully understand. In fact, the moment she was sent there, there are only about 3 weeks since she went there. She suffered pain from head to toe for 8 long months. For 8 long months. And she could not even move. And the only part of her body that doesn't have pain was her right hand. Wow. And during that time, she was writing Steps to Christ. Amen. She arrived in 1892. She arrived in 1891. 1892, she finished Steps to Christ. Then she began to write the life of Christ. By the way, the life of Christ was as thick as this. And they have to divide it. The publishing house cannot allow that as thick as this. So you have to divide it. So they divided it to Desired Ages, of Christ's Object Lesson, and Thoughts from the Mount of Blessing. By the way, all of this started from when Ellen White was writing Confrontation. And Confrontation is Matthew chapter 4. And then Matthew chapter 4, then Thoughts from the Mount of Blessing in Matthew chapter 5, 6, 7, 8. And then Christ's Object Lesson is all about the parables, and then the life of Jesus. And then it was extended in 1905 when she wrote Ministry of Healing. But they took up all religious jargons in order to reach out to hospitals. Okay?